Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TWitWoW Request Live. It is the 138th edition of TRL, and we are going to be live reacting today to Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit from the Royal Rumble 2003. And Abel has informed us that it is the 20th anniversary of this show, and of course this match, because it was on this show. And John, I know that in the past you have referred to this as your favorite match of all time. Does it hold up? Is the question.
Yes, indeed. You and I together, just with TWitWoW alone, have seen so much brilliant wrestling since this time. Again, this match is 20 years old today. I've got a lot to say about it, but I always like saying things when we get the ball rolling. So when you want to count us down, we can do this.
Yes, so what we've decided to do is we just have Royal Rumble 03 pulled up on Peacock because we both have Peacock. I will say I do still have the ad-free version. John has downgraded to the version that might end up giving him ads. So if John has to, if John gets an ad, it would, cause us to pause and resync, which is not that big of a deal. I just figured I would say that out loud in case it happens. So, if it should arise, then everyone is aware. No need to, worry about it. But because we are on Peacock, you're going to need a timestamp. We are at 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 30 seconds. And John, you said you were ready to go, so I'm just going to count us down. 3, 2, 1, go.
So what needs to be understood here is at this point, it is Kurt Angle, despite being the WWE champion, that has something to prove to Chris Benoit. This rivalry was one of the defining rivalries of SmackDown in this period. I would argue one of the defining rivalries of the Ruthless Aggression era entire. Up until this point, Chris Benoit had 2 victories over Kurt Angle, including one at Unforgiven back in, I want to say, September 2002. A month after that, at No Mercy, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit would be the first ever WWE Tag Team Champions. And there you saw Team Angle ejected. That was Paul Heyman's contingency plan after Brock Lesnar F5 Kurt Angle on the ring post when Brock Lesnar found out that Kurt Angle was in bed with Paul Heyman. Kurt Angle using Brock Lesnar to win the title last month at this time at Armageddon against The Big Show. Paul Heyman keeping the WWE title in his camp. And there is the bell, folks. Here we go. And you're talking, these guys have a rich history. A steel cage match that, shockingly, I still have not seen in full. A ladder match for Kurt Angle's gold medals. A 30-minute ultimate submission match. A WrestleMania match. I mean, these guys have done it all shoulder block there, but the stakes don't get any higher than the WWE title.
And
Kurt Angle has
this card. I'm looking at the Rumble 03 card, and it seems like a really nice sort of variety show. The one thing that I really wish they could have mustered the fucking inner strength to put on this show is a decent actual women's wrestling match. Because
yes,
they have Tori Wilson versus Dawn Marie, quote unquote Wilson, on the card. But obviously that's like your trash TV stuff. And obviously, at least back then there was a place for that on the card. I get it. But, it would be really nice to at least show that women's wrestling can be good and can be taken seriously and can be entertaining, too, in a way that doesn't demean the women. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And but other than that, you've got your attraction match, Lesnar Big Show. You've got your tag team wrestling clinic, the Dudley Boys versus Lance Storm and William Regal. You've got your New Japan Strong Style match, Steiner versus Triple H. You've got your technical submission match in this, plus the main event, the actual Royal Rumble match. Who won it, John?
Brock Lesnar.
By last eliminating
The Undertaker.
Exactly. That's right.
And Chris Benoit, you see the look in his eyes. Chris Benoit has said, not in the lead up to this match, it was actually in the lead up to Armageddon, the Fatal 4-Way that Kurt Angle would win against Edge, Eddie Guerrero, and Benoit.
Ooh.
That is right in the ring post. When Chris Benoit thinks about the sacrifices he has made in his business, his neck, being on the road, being away from his family, all to achieve a dream he has had since he was 7 years old, and that is to be not just a champion, but the WWE champion. And Kurt Angle stomping away here on Benoit. And what I've always loved about these two, Angle's gone on record in interviews since this match and said nobody matched his intensity like Chris did, and that includes, in Angle's mind, Brock Lesnar. Cover ear, 2 count. I feel like you were gearing up to say something, though, partner. What was on your mind?
I was going to ask a question that was easier to just look up, which I did.
Okay, fair enough. I just love the contrast in backgrounds. I mean, you're talking Benoit, was trained in the dungeon. Stu Hart idolized the Dynamite Kid. In fact, little known fact, Dynamite Kid actually gave his boots to Chris Benoit when he retired. That's how much he believed in Chris Benoit as a wrestler at, I want to say Stampede Wrestling in Calgary.
Yeah.
And Benoit there, just vicious right hands. Angle, of course. I mean, you're talking about a thoroughbred. And that's why, and the clothesline to the back of the head. Let's not forget about the neck issues of Kurt Angle, even though the knee brace is kind of the story here. Given
Kitchen
Brock Lesnar's
sink.
at 5, there's the kitchen sink by Benoit.
Look how fast Scott Armstrong or Mike Chioda here was counting.
Yeah. Everybody's working at an intense pace right now. There's a chop, the knife edge chop.
That was this era, man. I notice anytime we watch any WWE shit from like 99 to like 04, 05-ish, that intensity, that speed is there.
Absolutely. And you want to talk about intensity, Kurt Angle, he may not be ready for the intensity. And look at the knees here from Benoit. I know on the go-home SmackDown before this, Angle was hoping to get a leg up on Benoit. No pun intended, given the knee injury that Kurt Angle's been milking. As you see there, he just does a sit-out kind of. I'm forgetting the not gory bomb. What is the sit? I know my Sakurai does it as a finish. Oh, hot shot there over the top rope.
Like the Widow's
And
Peak?
now
Is that what you're thinking?
No. It's probably not going to come to me. And Benoit here.
Backpack Stunner.
No. It's a gourd buster. It was like a DDT there. Oh, an Angle. Nose became a faucet there. He sees bleeding from the nose. But yeah, I mean, Angle was looking to get a one-up on Benoit on the go-home SmackDown.
It looks like he's bleeding from
Kurt
the
Angle.
mouth, man.
Yeah, no, it was definitely the nose if you take a closer look at a different angle.
Oh.
Different angle. But it was Kurt Angle and Team Angle against Benoit and Edge in a 2-on-3 handicap match. That was so close.
That was such a fast count.
Oh, my God. Angle's head got his bell rung.
Chioda was fucking on one, man. God damn.
Chioda's probably as hyped as I am right now watching this.
Fucking.
Probably thinking, God damn, this crowd. Electric. Oh, headbutt. Oh, Angle moved out of the way.
Mike Coke Chioda over here.
Dude, if there was a person not bumping lines back then, I'd have been shocked.
In 03?
Yeah, I mean, even still, he had some of that residual culture, I think, in the locker room.
I feel like the Coke era was like late 80s, early 90s. This was the Painkillers era.
That's true.
This was when everyone was doing the fucking pills, man. Everyone was just probably doing uppers and lowers and fucking painkillers and shit.
Gabriel Lopez, welcome. He said, this match takes me back. Brothers, same. And Angle gets to the ropes there. And I will say, to end that handicap match, Benoit took Angle's crutch, the same crutch that Angle had abused Benoit with, had abused Edge with in the weeks leading up to this bout here tonight. And he whacked Angle a few times in the leg. And then the final image was Benoit folding that WWE title, putting it between him and Angle and saying, you want it. Come get it. And that look in Benoit's eyes said, come Rumble. Nobody's beating me for this. I vindicate all my sacrifices.
What a snap belly to belly.
What a belly to belly that was. I think you're right, man. I think some of the blood was coming from there. I think we were both right. There was definitely leaking from the nose. But you see there the mouth as well a bit crimson. And I had started to say about Angle earlier that this man's a thoroughbred. You know, because here's the thing, guys. We talk about the gold medal win. We talk about the broken neck, and that's already impressive enough. But when you think about the fact, and I do say this for a reason, it's going to sound weird at first, that he beat an Iranian for it. Because Iran, I'll tell you, they take their wrestling very seriously. They make machines over there. They make champions over there when it comes to wrestling. Angle pulling that off, it was like when the U.S. hockey team beat the Soviets. That's honestly the magnitude, in my mind, of Kurt Angle's gold medal victory. That was no joke.
Look at Angle stomping away.
Benoit too has his own share of neck issues.
Damn. What happens when you put two dudes with neck issues in the wrestling ring together? Shit.
I guess in a match like this, it really is, well, I'd say neck and neck, but it's more like neck versus neck. Short arm lariat there.
God damn, Mike, slow down. This dude is like, you count by 1,000, and I'm going to be done with 3 before you reach the second number.
That's just a testament to these two guys and how they're just consummate pros that they don't even miss their kickouts, even with that lightning speed of count.
Dude, right? I'm thinking like a 3 count in wrestling should be like 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1. This dude's like 1 1,000.
Yeah. Facts.
This dude, like, fuck. If Shane McMahon counted as fast as this dude is counting, the wrestler would stand up and stare him down like, motherfucker, are you trying to ruin my day right now?
Yeah. Is this a shoot? I need
Yeah.
to fuck you up right now.
Yeah, like, is this a? Are you shooting on me? Are you trying to screw me? Is that what this is right now?
Benoit trying to escape the body scissors. God, I will say, folks, for as much as I adore this match, and believe me, I adore this match. Ashton, it wasn't wrong at the beginning. I have said repeatedly, this is my favorite match of all time. I still think we're kind of in Act 1 here. I will say, though, the best wrestling I've seen from these guys in a snapshot was definitely the opening of their WrestleMania 17 match.
Yeah.
Where it's just that pure grappling. Oh, speaking of grappling, what a belly-to-belly at the popping of the fucking hips. Jesus. See, this is why, man, like, when wrestlers try and have that comeback again when they're older, like Kurt tried to do, I never even want to be hard on him. It just feels sad because it's like, I know what a genius you were in that ring. Just let me appreciate that. Because I think a lot of people, it's a shame what Kurt Angle went through in his later years, because I think that kind of depreciates his legacy in the eyes of some people. And I'm over here and I'm like, nah, if you really focus on the wrestling, this dude was freaking goated. And I mean the wrestling, not just the mat stuff.
Yeah.
Mic stuff, personality. Dude, I was watching Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle stuff from 06, and like it was a segment where he made both, and this was just before WrestleMania. It was the go home show before WrestleMania 22. He made both Ray and Orton tap out, and he looked so fucking legit. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, like, I love Eddie, man, but screw your exploitation story. That crowd, you know, even going back and watching the match, because anybody can do it, it's so goddamn short. That crowd wanted Angle to win, and to the match's credit, it protected the fuck out of Angle because he had the match won twice.
Oh, wow.
And they just had the referee distracted or whatever. Because he made both of them tap out in the match. And the crowd booed when he didn't get the win. Angle was so over as the Wrestling Machine. And he could back it up. That's the insane thing. Like, it wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't like, oh, hey, go easy on me so I look better than you. No, this dude fuck you up. He's like, I had my perks today. Try me. Oh, man.
3, 4. Sure, now
Gabriel,
now Kyoto decides to count like a normal human being.
Yeah. Gabriel, I gotta tell you, man, I try not to say I envy many people. I envy you that you got to see this live. My one biggest regret as a wrestling fan, I never got to see anything Benoit related live, and I never got to meet him. And like, he meant the world to me as a kid. Benoit was to me what Batman and Spider-Man were to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Got me through a lot of shit.
Bro, they got back to their feet at like, what was it, 8 or 9, I think? And literally, without skipping a beat, immediately went right back to beating the shit out of each other.
German. You want to know what the amazing thing? Yeah. Oh my God. The fluidity, the pace. Second one.
I feel like if I was ever a wrestler who did German suplexes a lot, I would feel the need to like alternate which side of my head I was Germaning the person on. Like, you have to tilt your head left or right. I would want to alternate, because if you do it to one side too much, I feel like I would get a stiff neck, or like I would start to favor that side in other ways that would be like bad for my body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would want to alternate back and forth, left, right, or maybe left 3, then right 3, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
he's
know
all over the
uh,
headbutt, the headbutt. The snot rocket!
yeah.
The fucking snot rocket!
The disrespect.
Holy shit.
Fuck you and your medal.
Oh, but here comes Kurt with the belly to belly off the top. Oh.
But yeah, what I've wanted to say, but these guys are just going at such a frantic pace. What's so wild about this match, and I swear to you guys, I'm not making this up. Now, this may have changed since I saw this, but like, oh, cover again. Don't walk. Oh, that was a near fall there. It must have been early last year because I honestly don't even know how long it was. I looked up this match on Cage Match because I wanted to see retroactively how Benoit's legacy has been tainted ever since the tragedy. And the funny thing is, oh, angle slam attempt here. Oh, he landed on his freaking feet. Oh, in the cross face. And the crazy thing is, so many people would comment on this that like, oh, Benoit outworked Angle, like Angle was phoning it in that night. Benoit was a machine. And I've watched this match countless times, before I read these reviews, and I even watched a few times like after those reviews. I'm like, nah, to me, both these guys brought it. And if Angle seemed like it was, he was the heel. Like, you shouldn't have to go all out when you're the heel. So, like, no, I give both guys
love
their flowers.
it when marks think that they're smart and they try grading things on that basis.
Yeah, and dude, like, again, this is coming from me. And, like, I will still say, like, I know separating art from the artist and stuff, I still watch. I've finally gotten to a place where I can watch and enjoy Benoit matches again, obviously. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be here. But, like, no, I think it was a beast.
Reversal by Angle.
See, that's what I'm talking. Phoning it in my ass. Kurt Angle's a beast. And honestly, here's the sad thing. Even if they're right, even if he is phoning it in, he is so much better than most technical wrestlers today phoning it in. And they try.
Jesus Christ, the reversals in this.
I don't know what's missing in technical wrestling today, but every time I watch these guys or Eddie, I'm like, maybe it's just me being old. That's entirely possible. But I mean, Danielson's really good.
What a fucking reversal by Angle into the pin. Jesus.
See, that's what I mean, man.
Imagine watching sequences like this and then being like, no, but I really do prefer Brit Rest, though.
Yeah. Dude, Brit Rest can chortle my balls. I know I wasn't this turned up for Stardom, but like, no, now I'm kind of feeling myself because I got to spend time with my fucking cat and I'm watching this shit. And I'm like, no, Brit Rest fucking sucks. And like, that's my problem with ZSJ too, because you see how all these
very clearly influenced by Brit Rest. It's still just so much better, though.
Yeah. And if it was influenced by Brit Rest, it had to be like an earlier Brit Rest that wasn't like what we're seeing today.
For sure.
With like the knuckle work, because God, like even Zach, who I really do like, cover here.
Oh, that was close.
That was close. God damn. Even with Zach, who I do like a lot of his spot, it's just like they look good most of the time. But I don't know. There just feels like a lot of cooperation here when you see these counters. Like every counter feels earned to me. Every counter
really
feels like
feel more combative this match than
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that's what's missing, man. It's like, how can you do it while looking competitive? Because if you can't, then no matter how good it looks, you still haven't mastered the art to me of wrestling. Yeah, rolled it through.
What an
I was gonna go for a German. See, and sometimes
look
that's
at the
all it
victory
takes.
roll though. 1, 2, no.
Oh my God, I fucking love this match. Jesus Christ. Dude, I gotta give, even though I have it muted now so I can hear you and like just take it in like what we're doing. Commentary on this was fucking great too. Cole was on one. Cole was into this shit.
Angle.
Oh man, here it comes. I think. Is it?
The inside out German. Jesus, Kurt. See, like, I feel like if you are one of these fucking cage match geeks that's rating matches and saying that Angle phoned it in, you can't possibly realize that Angle was the one that made that bump do that. Like, Benoit didn't throw him with such force that Angle literally just did a fucking backflip to sell how destructive Benoit's Germans are.
And then did you see how he contorted his face to look like, yeah, I'm knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, like that was all Angle.
Yeah, no, dude, that's why I didn't even pay it any mind. Like, I love crap, but no, like, it took
Holy shit, that headbutt.
One of my favorite visuals of all time, because if you look in the background, you see people with their cameras out, and the flashing lights with him flying just has such an ethereal feel to it. Like, it's transcendent.
That had to be one of the last big moments that could really get that feel too, because this is right around the time that like flash photography was starting to get phased out in favor of phones.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be more than like another 2 or 3 years that phone cameras would become more prominent, I would imagine, than your like, flash photography kind of cameras.
Yeah. Jeff Godwin also saying got to see Benoit at a house show. Man, I'm jealous of all you motherfuckers. But hey, it's great to see you guys. It feels like I don't remember Jeff ever commenting before either.
Oh
So
my
welcome,
god.
Jeff. Really
He
happy to
did a
join
fucking
us.
alley oop onto the
Oh,
top turnbuckle. Jesus. Angle slam? Is that going to be enough?
there. And
He's
I love you can
crawling. I don't
see
know.
how
The
into
slow
it.
crawl into the pin. 1, 2. Nope. The crowd's pop there was huge. Angle's really selling it. Yeah, that was great.
This fucking match.
Dude, I feel like. And here's the thing. I think it would be ignorant for us to call this a perfect match because obviously, we would watch it with a critical eye. We could definitely find flaws, but I feel like there's so much that today's wrestlers could learn from this match, even just down to like selling correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, dude, here's the thing. Meltzer's review of this match, and God, I know, fuck Dave Meltzer. I just want to get that out there. But yeah, since he is kind of the voice for so many people, I think he gave this match like 4.25. And I think his criticism was actually fair. Like, we always try and be honest, even with people we don't like, because we don't need to
Wow.
like. Again, another beautiful counter by Angle. Um, but yeah, we don't need to like over exaggerate or be hyperbolic with people we don't like. They tell on
Holy
themselves enough.
shit.
But yeah, I feel like his criticism was fair because he said, I wish Benoit would have worked over the knee brace leg more in the beginning. And you know what? I can agree with that only because, yes, Benoit's the babyface, but he hated Kurt Angle. So, like, I think you could forgive it in this case when it's a guy that not only is he adversarial towards, but that guy holds the world title that he covets more than, anything.
Jesus Christ, Angle's stubbornness here. The
Yeah.
persistence.
Yeah, he is not letting go.
This is such great. It's funny too because that's it. That's just it. Benoit, I don't know if Benoit will pass out or if he'll tap out, but this is it. He's not winning this match. This match is over.
Yeah.
There's the tap.
Yeah.
Wow.
There it is. See, Michaels, you see how he didn't wait a whole fucking minute to tap out? Bitch ass.
Wait, what did Michaels do?
Well, remember WrestleMania 21 when you got pissed at the finish because he stayed in that ankle lock so long?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, what I love about this, looking in hindsight, now obviously as a kid I was crushed, but as an adult, looking at the broader story, this put Angle over so big because, like I said at the beginning of the match, Benoit had beaten Angle twice before this.
Yeah.
So for Angle to not only prove that he can beat Benoit, but he did it by submission in the middle of the ring, and Benoit didn't pass out. He gave Angle the full credit. He was too much for me. I tapped out.
Yep.
That was what Angle's reign really needed to get jump started.
I also just love how like in the context of just like thinking of pro wrestling as a real fight, Angle didn't cheat, but at the same time, the way that he just kept on shutting down Benoit's counter attempts and just fucking keeping that ankle lock latched in at the end, and then the grapevine to completely shut down all hope, that was such a brilliant heel way to win, even without cheating. I fucking loved that.
Hey, heel technical wrestlers, that's how you do it. You don't work a knuckle lock for 15 minutes.
You don't fucking
God.
snap fingers either. Christ.
God. And here's the fucking standing ovation. God.
And but again though, like in character, he's probably got to be thinking like, shit, man, I appreciate this from all the fans, but I lost. You shouldn't be cheering for me. I failed you, kind of thing, you know?
Oh, and speaking of, since I don't really get many opportunities anymore to praise him for very obvious reasons and very justified reasons, he's selling the leg as he leaves the ring.
Yeah.
Take your pick over who you want to call out for that one. He's selling the look. He's limping, and then when you talk about in kayfabe the character, just look at his face. He's like, I lost,
Yep.
and yeah, that right there, putting his hands, his face in his hands, just thinking like, God, I have to go back to my family who I already don't see, and I have to show them that it still has been for nothing yet.
Fuck.
I got to get back in the fight, but it sucks.
God damn it.
God. Oh, Abel, thank you. That made my day to see that again. That, and then to have new commenters come in that shared their Benoit memories, honestly, given how much hate, again, justifiably, that he gets today, that really warmed my heart too. Because again, I still fucking love the wrestler. I still enjoy the matches. I still get pumped and motivated watching the goddamn matches. And Angle too, man. Angle fucking brought it. All these people that were like, he phoned it in. Benoit worked him. No, the fuck he did not. All right. It took 2 people to make that masterpiece. Kurt Angle was very much a part of it. And yeah, just really grateful to see that. When we had 6 people watching, we got 6 likes. So we did a 1-to-1 ratio. That match was so freaking good. And apparently our reactions were that freaking good to you guys. So I really appreciate it. That's it. Do you have anything else you want to say, man? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Abel, indeed. So that's it for us, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to like the video, file out if you haven't already. You guys have been fantastic about that. Subscribe to the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any of that TWitWoW goodness. Check out everything we're involved in the description box. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch because we are the best in all the IWC. Now let's give you all a rundown for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in the process of getting fiber internet, not related to the podcast. I'm just fucking giddy, and I want to share that happiness with you all. So I'm stoked because that'll definitely improve the quality of the podcast on my
Do you have
end.
any word on
But
when
as
they're
far
going
as
to be coming over to work on it?
8 to 10 a.m. So
nice.
yeah, they'll be here pretty early. But yeah, as far as our content goes, 5 p.m. New Blood 7 from Stardom. That always goes right up on YouTube.
I fucking love New Blood.
New Blood are amazing freaking shows. Guys, let me tell you something. I am a primo Benoit mark. I appreciate the fuck out of Kurt Angle, all eras, particularly Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle. But if you thought that wrestling was amazing, you need to check out Stardom because it is the best contemporary wrestling on the goddamn planet right now. And these New Blood shows, which really showcase the future, that's what wrestling's all about, is, who's the next great performer. New Blood, they're on YouTube, so it's accessible to everyone. Show those shows your love because I feel like the last few New Blood shows have been doing really well. I'd like to see that uptick continue. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're reacting to that. And then it's a double dose of Stardom because at 10, we've got the Stardom pretty much awards for January 21st at Takada Nobaba live reactions. It's going to be amazing. We've got Julia's 10-person gauntlet. It's going to be in the ring with 10 people, 3 minutes apiece, 30 minutes total, just to show Suzu that she's got the medal to be the World of Stardom champion. So yeah, we know that Tam is actually going to be in that gauntlet. And anybody that knows the history of Tam and Julia, they can make 3 minutes count. So I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be at 10 p.m. Then Saturday, guys, we do our TWitWoW weekend review. It's been one hell of a week. I'm sure we'll have quite a bit to talk about. Some good and then just some outright awful. And that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then that's it for the rest of our week. So thank you guys so much again for coming out. We hope to see you Friday at 5 and 10 respectively for that sweet, sweet Stardom goodness. Then Saturday at 8 for TWitWoW and review. Thank you again, guys. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Keep finding that wrestling that you love. And until next time, tune in. Peace out.